Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Sanjay Gupta. I welcome you on Scale Horizon YouTube channel. And since you already know, we are doing sessions related to ServiceNow. And for same, Kunal is again here with me. Welcome Kunal on the channel.
Thanks, Sanjay.
So basically, this is the last session for this admin cert preparation, and today also he will be covering few topics which are like reports and dashboard and related to automation. So I think with these 5 sessions, you will be able to cover up like basic idea about the service now, what it is, and how you can explore different features into that. And if you want to deep dive and you want to learn something in detail and you want to become job ready for specifically ServiceNow, so you can join our online and offline training programs. So all the details we already provided on this website skillhorizon.org.in. So you can visit our courses there and you can do join the WhatsApp groups that we have created. And soon, maybe in November, we will be starting our online offline training programs related to ServiceNow. But prior to that, we will be doing some development related sessions also so that you can get to know about that as well. Okay, so this is all which I wanted to share with you. Now over to you, Kunal. We can start with the session.
Thanks, Sanjay. Guys, welcome back. Today, session 5, and let's start with the agenda. We would cover reports, how to create and run reports, how to schedule a report that it runs automatically and emails it to recipients. Then we would create some dashboard and we'll add some widgets, filters, and see how that goes. Then we would quickly cover flows. That is what Sanjay was talking about when he said automation, and we will create a small demo for that. So let's start. Let's go to reports. To look up the reports that are already present in your instance, just go to search, type reports. You will get reports. You click on it, and you're presented with all the reports that are present in your instance. I have created one report and the instance came pre-default by default with 648. Those are mainly demo reports and they normally come with instances that are for development. But yeah, I have two reports that I want to show and that will help us understand what reporting is and how does it look like. And then we'll take a demo and we'll create a new report for ourselves. Let me zoom out a little to look at the diagram. Okay, that's we zoomed out a little. Okay, so what we're looking at is a simple bar diagram, and it shows us open incident. Incident is a table, and open is a field, which is if the field active is true, they are considered open incident, and they are grouped by people those incident are assigned to. At this moment, there are 12 incidents that are open and they are not assigned to anyone, then 8 to ITIL user, 5 to Beth, and so on. This is the final product that end user would see. How is it configured? First, we decide report name, and then we decide that the data source that we are going to use is a table, and the table name is incident. Simple. Second is we decide what kind of report are we creating. That could be a bar chart. It could be pies and donuts. It could be a time series. It could be multi-dimensional report. Those are a bit more advanced, but they are very useful. Then you have these cores, and they will come. We'll come back and visit those when we create dashboards. But those are, for example, if you just want to see how many incidents are open and not assigned to anyone. So on your dashboard, you want a widget that says, okay, 12 incidents need to be assigned to someone, and you can quickly look at that. There are multiple, you can look every one of those. The most important for me in these is list, which will literally show you the list of records. And it is important, we'll come to that. Why? Once you've decided which kind of report you want to create, You go and configure your report. Right now, this is grouped by assigned to. If I want to remove grouping and make it to assignment group in place of assigned to, and I run it again, it says 20 incident do not have any assignment group. 6 are assigned to software, service desk, hardware, and network. We'll go back to where it was, run. And then do we want it to be stacked? For example, we could add categories. That would be a third dimension to this. Let's do that. If I were to add assignment group to this, and then we do this. So what we now see is that 9 incidents do not have an assigned to. But of those 9, 75%, sorry, our total is 12. So 12 do not have assigned to, but of these 12, 9 do not even have assignment group. So what we are looking at is now 3-dimensional report. One dimension is count, and second dimension is assigned to, and third dimension being the assignment group. We will dab a little in styling as well. So for example, right now it is using a palette, I would call, different colors for different things, but we could change it. For example, we could change the palette or back window. I'm assuming you won't be able to see the window that opened up, but we will see how it looks. I choose in different colors of blue. Do I want to change the chart size to medium? And do I want display data labels in the middle and let it overlap? So now you don't actually need to hover to understand which data contains the count. For example, 9 of them do not have assigned to and don't have assignment group either. Once this is done, then you go and click on share, and then you can share it to a group, user group, or particular members, or you could just export it to PDF and download it for yourself. Let's generate now. I want to see it. Export. Download. Just download it and you have it. So that is how reports are run. What we saw was a bar chart report, and now we will do another example where we use list view. And this is on table custom table inventory. And this essentially is, for example, if you remember in our first session, we created a new application scope that was student support. Similarly, there are in total 3 custom applications which are either created by you or were installed on this instance. And what we're looking at is a simple list view. Now, why would you want this list view if you could just go to the list and see it? Now, here is security that comes into it. For example, I, as an admin, can look at this table, but there are other people who I do not want access to the table, but I want them access to reports on that. And in that case, this works on a new ACL, which is called report run. And if they have that ACL, they would be able to look at the report, but at the same time, they do not have access to the table itself. And this is one of the most common reporting that people will find when they actually work in enterprise. Okay, so we have done 2 reports. We have viewed it. Now we will create a new report. If you remember, we created a new table, and that was student request. So let me see if we can find that table. Student request. Now that I see it just has 3 records. Let's find out a table which has more records. For example, change request, changes. Yeah, it has sufficient amount. Let's create a report on change. So we would create a new report. We will call it upcoming changes in 1 week. We want to see all the changes that will start within next 1 week. Change. That's not change, right? What's the table name? Change request. Yeah, this one. So we have given report its name, upcoming changes in 1 week. We have chosen source type to a table, and the table that you selected is change request. I'll just give you a brief idea what change request means. For example, if you work in a company and you requested that a software needs some change, so we'll create a ticket, and on behalf of that ticket, someone will create a change request. And once that is approved, only after that, that change in software is implemented. For now, we will create a list view. We will create another view later, but yeah, for now, let's create change list view. And we can choose the columns, number, short description, start. Let's remove these. We don't need this. Requested by and assigned to. Okay, let's keep that. And we would filter on planned start date. Done. And do we need it grouped by? No, for now, no. And we will apply some filter here. Let me close this so we have better view. So I want to see planned start date on next week. Okay, that's good. So we have pre-built filter for that. Once we have that, we will run it. And we see there are 10 changes that would be should be visible to end user. And we will save this. Good. Now we will share this. Now, as a developer, you can create reports, but this report at this moment is available just to you and nobody else. So what we'll do is we'll share it, and we share. And for now, since we are sharing, we don't care who sees it. We'll just share it with anyone, but we'll make sure that it is only visible to people who have title role. And that's it. And we run it again. And this is how users would be able to see this. They can obviously export it to PDF, or they can add it to a dashboard. We'll come to that later when we create a dashboard. But yeah, for now, this is it. Now, since this is something we are talking about, something will happen next week, right? Now, we don't expect managers to go in and run this report every time they want to see it. What we want is that, okay, I need to know I'm a change manager and I need to know what is about to be implemented next week. So I want you to send me an email every Friday telling me about what is about to happen in the next week. So how would I do that? And that is what is called scheduled reporting. We will create and schedule this, right? So we are going to schedule it, and we will send it to groups. Let's see if there is a change group, change management. So everyone in this group will receive this email. We don't want it to run every day. We want it to run once a week, every Friday morning, 09 a.m. And we will see upcoming changes for your review. Please find attach PDF with details of planned changes for next week. And that is it. We have decided to do a PDF, but that is not the only option. We can also send across a PDF in a landscape format, or Excel, or the newer version of Excel, XLXX. And we can also choose the letter sizing. We in India normally use A4. So that is it. And once you save this, submit every Friday, this would go out to change management group, and it will make sure that they have this detail in the morning. Now we have covered reporting part. Let's get another report, but that would be just the a score one. We will find how many changes are due in next month. Reports, and we get a new one. Count changes for next month. Change request. Done. Next. I want count single score. Next month, it says they are 100 because we have not applied a filter. Let's apply a filter. Done. Start date on month, next month, and run. They are 20. We will save this and we'll keep it here. We won't shut this tab because we will add this to the dashboard that we are about to create. Okay, so we have covered how to create a report, how to run a report, and how can you schedule a report that it automatically runs and send it to intended users. Now we would create dashboards. Dashboards are important mainly for people who have to manage multiple people under them. Now imagine a situation that I am a team lead in software development and I have roughly 15 people who report to me. And I want to make sure that I know if those developers are keeping up with their KPIs, key performance indicators. It could be number of stories that they process. It could be number of changes that they process. It could be number of deployment they have done during this week. So for me to go through each and every record and make sure that I understand whether developer 1, 2, 3 did what, or 4 did what, 5 did what. So what I want a bird eye view so that I can look at a page and see if something is going wrong, and I can drill down. I can just focus on that part and quickly rectify the issue that we have. So we would go to dashboards, simply search for dashboards. It should show up dashboards. Again, this is list of dashboards. There seems to be 31 different dashboards that are already installed. I think, again, I created one, but 30 came out of box with it. Let me see which one should we look. If I remember, there was one asset overview, right? So let's see how that looks like. Now, dashboard can have multiple reports in it. Now, each widget or each box that you see is a report in itself. If you remember, we created a score, right? So this is a score report. This is a pie chart report. This is a bar chart report. Again, pie chart, again, bar. And when you put it together, that makes it a dashboard. Now, for me, if I want to understand how many Microsoft licenses is my company using, I just need to go here and I need to make sure that we have one Windows XP Professional. Surprised that still have it, but yeah. And then Office 2003, that data must be really old. Anyways, so how many configuration item types do we have in a company? Configuration item is a technical term that we use in ServiceNow, and it could mean anything. It could be an asset, it could be a software license, could be a printer, it could be a cell phone, it could be a building, it could be a AWS node, it could be anything that you own and you want to track. So in this company that we are looking data for, The configuration item type, 63% is software, and the number is 1761. Uh, they have 814 computers, which amounts to 29% of total configuration items. And pending asset retirement. Now, this is something which will help a manager to understand, okay, I need to work on 7 assets which are about to retire. I have a MacBook Pro that I bought in 2022. It has a life of 3 years, and that is about to end this week. So I need to make sure that I have upgrade available for that employee so that we don't actually waste time once it is already retired. So this is a bird eye view for a manager to understand what is going on without going through list view and just getting the data that they need directly on a single screen. So what we will do is we will create a new dashboard. Let's go page and we'll create a new dashboard. Create a new dashboard. It has two options. One is inline editor, second is technical editor. Inline editor is more for click and drag and develop. Technical editor is where they allow you to actually write script and query the tables. That is a bit on the advanced side. We're going to skip that for now. We will just create a new dashboard using inline editor. And we would create an incident dashboard. Some description that nobody reads, and nobody create new dashboard. What we get is a plain slate, empty slate. There's nothing on it. And we are about to add new widgets to it. So I'll click on add new element. And what we want initially is I want to add the list of incidents. Let's create just the number that I want to see. So we will create a data visualization, a new visualization, and single scope. That makes sense. And then we will configure it. I just want to see how many incidents are open at this moment. So open incidents, show count of open incidents. I want to see, and then data source, we'll add a new data source. I want to add a table. It is already suggesting because I must have done it before, but if not, I could just open the tables and search for it. Incident. And we will choose the table incident and add this source. It already gave me a preview of the data that is available, and we will add the incident.open is true. Extremely easy. And once we add this, and then we already have our data in front of us. That is, how many open incident are there in this instance? 37. Right. Now, incident table has a field called caller. It indicates the person who called for this incident to be open. So let's create a pie chart with that. I'll add a new visualization, new single score. No, I want a pie chart. Incident by caller shows incidents grouped by caller. Let's add the same data resource.
One question,
And
same data table
yeah,
we can use multiple times, right?
yeah, you can use data table multiple times.
Yeah.
And we have chosen incident open. That's because I don't want to see incident that are closed. Why would I see those? And then done. And then the metric is this. And we want to change the grouping. And I'll change the grouping to caller, right? Apply. And now we see who are people who we would consider responsible for opening this incident. We have a spelling mistake here. right? And we'll save this. Let's do another pie chart with category. Let's see what else can we do. Let's add the list because that is something people do like to see. So we'll add it here. And let's basically add list. Data, incident, open, add the source. And that's about it. I think we'll save this. So now we have 3 reports on this dashboard. And I want to add some filters because why not? Anybody who wants to filter, let me do that. Let's add filter, new filter. It is added here, but we'll move it at the top. Because yes, that makes more sense. And I want to filter by color. We will add incident. Select a field. Okay about that. Now something important. So what is now happening is that we are filter source is incident and the data that we want to filter. Now, data that we are filtering is also incident. So what will happen is that on this dashboard, whichever report, if they query data from incident, that will follow this filter. Simple. For example, let's see, we want to add color here. No, actually, we want to add depth here. Select a field, color. Yeah. And we'll save this and we will exit the editing mode to see how it looks like. Okay, so I want to choose only Treadlady. Let's see. I choose Treadlady and apply. So all 3 reports are now filtered to show only data where color is equals to Treadlady. Very simple. Now, this is simple and at the same time, it also doesn't have many configuration. And if you wanted to make a lot more advanced, make advanced filters, that is when you choose the second option when you created the dashboard, where you can actually script everything for yourself. But for now, this is roughly it. Now we will, if you remember, we had this report, right? Count changes for next month. I will add this to our dashboard. Add to dashboard. Okay, because this is not in our scope. Let us see if I can do that. I don't see the one that we created. Let's see if we see them. Okay, we will add something after the blue computers by CPU count. And whenever you create a report, you can actually spade. But yeah, you can add reports that you created earlier directly to the dashboard. Now let's save this and we will see how it looks when it is out of. Right, so we will share it with Redlady. See, and add as a viewer. They should be able to view this. Confirm. And I'll just copy the link so that I don't have to find it again. Copy link, cancel, and we will go and impersonate that user. Should we now impersonate? We had not saved this report. Okay. Now let me go in and search for dashboards. Let me see if I can find incident dashboard that we recently created. This is the one. And I'm able to see this report as a viewer. And this is the view that end user normally get. They are able to see all the list view, open incident that are right now, and incidents categorized or grouped by column. And we also have the filter. There is none. So there is no data available. So this concludes the way we use and share dashboards with our end users. All right, now we will quickly end impersonation and go to flows. ServiceNow had workflows and flows, and starting the version that we see on our screen right now, that is Zurich, workflow has been deprecated. It still works if you had that installed, but if you request a new instance today, they will not install it. And if you have an older instance and you ask them to factory reset it, it will again not be installed. So workflows will work, but you won't be able to create new workflows because the workflow editor has been deprecated. What they have replaced it with is Flow Designer. Now, Sanjay, you will relate because this is very similar to one we have in Salesforce.
I'm kind of,
Okay, so
yeah, lots of things are related to that.
yeah, so we will take a look at a workflow, a flow that is there, and then we create a new flow on our student request table. Business process approval. Now it has two parts. One is when and how does this flow trigger, and what happens when it is triggered. So let's edit this flow and look at the details. So this is triggered when this table record is updated, and on within this update, the lifecycle stage field is changed, and the lifecycle stage dot name dot is normally that would mean this is a reference field, and now we're talking about field on this record. So lifecycle stage name is now changed to deploy. So whenever this happens on this table, this flow will automatically start. And once it starts, what we get is this part. So if you see, this is part 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you see numbers here as well. So when this is triggered, now ServiceNow knows if you want to work on this table, you would need details and fields on this table. So it has provided you that. So when triggers happens, you get business process record, which is a table on which this flow is running. What fields changed on this, that is also available. You also have access to the table record and when did it start and when did it end. Sorry, when did it start in UTC and when did it start in non-UTC time, local time. So when you come here, now we are doing a if condition, right? If condition, I want to see if the trigger dot lifecycle stage is deployed. How would I go about it? So I would go here and I say expand this. And within this, I want to see what was the life cycle stage. So
Can we little bit zoom in because these are very small?
Yeah,
Now it
okay,
is.
better, right? Yeah.
Yeah, better.
And within this table of life cycle stage, and then we expand that. It will show us field within this table and name. And I could drag this name here or here, anywhere. And this will give me the value that is stored on this field. They've already done this. If you click on this, it will show you that what you've done is trigger.businessrecord.lifecycle stage is deployed. If it is deployed, do this. Ask for approval on business process. Simply. If it is, then ask for approval. Now, action is name for a sub flow or sub flow that has been created by ServiceNow for us. And since ServiceNow gives us approval engine out of box, where you can actually ask for approval for different users, you can use it directly and say, okay, what I want is I want to ask for approval from certain user. It knows everything that has to happen. And you just tell it that this is the table and this is the uh, record and this is the approver. And next step is now it will wait for the approval process to be complete. And if task is approved, go and update this record and make it operational. Set this value and done. You're done with the flow. If it is rejected, ideation or under evaluation. And that is it. It is a very simple flow. And you could, in most cases, client will ask you to make pretty complicated flows. But yeah, what this allows you to do is that you don't actually need to write down each and every step. You don't have to query the database. ServiceNow does that for you out of the box. There are two ways that you can look at this flow. One is flow view, and second is the old view, which is, what do they call it? They must call it something, but I don't remember. It looks more like the workflow that we had before this update. And let us see. It shows you a bit more workflow that we study in our engineering, right? So that it looks more like that.
It is kind of a flowchart thing.
It is a flowchart. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah,
Good.
In Salesforce we have the same thing now.
Ah, that's good. So you can use both flows. This looks good, but when you're working, I find that the flow view is a lot better.
Okay.
Okay, so we have looked at a demo. Now we'll create a flow for ourselves. We still have time. Okay, so we'll create a new flow. Add short description to new student request. Application is this, and then we build flow. Now we add a trigger. Record is created. Table student requests. We don't want any filters. We want this to run on each and every new record. So we'll just say done. And now we add the flow to it. An action. And I want to update record. Is that, yeah, that's available. And I want to update the short description too. Does it even have a short description? Yeah, right. So let's go in. Okay, so we don't have short description. That's my mistake. But let's add something to, we have priority comments, right? So let's add that here. So, oh wait, that's wrong. So, okay, I need to first drop the record data. So that is a record here. The table is already attached for us. And then we'll go to priority comments. and we will add here. Select a field, priority comments, and what is the value? So we will use the previous value and then add this record was updated from flow. So what I've done is that whenever a record is created in this table, we will go and pick this record, and in priority comments, if there's a pre-existing value, we will keep that, and we will add this record was updated from flow. Done. It is done. We will test it now. Let's do Felicia creates, but let's open that record here first. So if we see priority comment has empty value, right? So let's go here and run test. It allows you to run test before you actually make it activate and make it available all users. So you know if anything goes wrong, you can pick it before that happens. And we see the value was added here. Now, there would be times when this actually gives you an error. So what you could do is that you just click on the flow execution detail, and it will show you what it did. For example, if you open this, it will show you that I picked this record. You can click on it and open it a new tab. This was a table and this was a field, and the value that I added was this. Action status was message was success. Was this treated as an error? No, 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 no. And that there were no logs because we added no logs. Now, because we are happy with it, what we'll do is we'll activate this flow now. This is activated. And let's create a new record. Name, Ava, email. These are not required, but we will add this. This is comment before creation or the flow. That's it. And I'll save this. And it did not run. Why did it not run? That's weird.
Do we have anything here to debug the flow here itself?
We need to open the context, but yeah.
Okay.
That's good. This is kind of helps us to understand how that is done. Live context, all contexts. Today's execution. Okay. So this was the one we are looking at flow engine context. So context is the name that they use, and this is the one which ran just now about a minute ago, right? So we'll open this up and see what is that went wrong. There are no open in operation view. Okay, we need to change this. These are very, very small things, but these things need to be done before you actually set up your instance for debugging. So we need to set up a sys property to make sure that we see this. And I want to change. So what we're doing right now is that we are changing the reporting level for process flow, and it is turned off right now. And what is the option that we have is that I want off for off or runtime states and duration only. That would be basic. All configuration runtime values, that will be full. So I will put that value here and save this. Let's change the trigger to update it as well so that we are able to run it again and again. This and this. Get commands and this changed. Done. Activate. Oh, wait. We don't need this. We did it twice. And this is still here. That we did again. And this is activated. And we don't need this now, but we will still need low context, right? And today's execution. This is the one. And we go to student requests. This is the new one that we created. Oh, it did work. Weird. Why did not see last time? Okay, let's make another change here.
Maybe I think we didn't verify the
Refresh the page.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Now we change the flow that it will run on update and new record. Let's see what happens here. Okay, it is taking some time. Yeah, this is now complete. Let's refresh this. And yep, it has changed. Okay, it was working. We did not make any mistake. We were just a bit hurried and we missed that it might take a few seconds before the flow actually works. So yeah, flow is working. We tried it with created, that worked, and then we made it as an update as well. So this again changes. And the fact is because we did it that on every update, this will work. So if I change it, this will update again. So let's see, this was 3325. And we have again 3304. And let's refresh this page. This was changed and this was changed again. So this is where we conclude our session today. We have covered quite a lot of things today. We have covered reporting, reporting inside dashboards, how to create a new dashboard, widget filters, and we have covered a quick overview of flows. We discussed how triggers work and how action work. And that roughly gives you an idea as to if you want to become an administrator of ServiceNow, what is the things that you need to do, starting from creating new application, creating new tables, creating ACLs, creating reports, dashboards. What else did we cover? We actually covered multiple things, but yeah. So this is a rough outline of what you need to know. Obviously, because we're doing just 5 sessions, so we couldn't go into detail. For that, Sanjay will give us more options to join upcoming sessions. I'll let Sanjay cover that.
Yeah, I think these 5 sessions are very good if someone wants to understand what actually ServiceNow is. And for deep dive, I already discussed with you guys, like with these 5 sessions, you won't be eligible to work in a company. So you need to understand it a bit more deeper. And if you do any project in detail, then only you will be able to understand the concepts behind all these configurations, right? So we will be doing that, and probably in November we'll be starting something for you, so that if you are really interested and you want to become job ready in this ServiceNow ecosystem, then we will try to curate a course. That detail is already available on the website skillhorizon.org.in. And before we start, we just will give you a flavor of development as well. So maybe after 1 or 2 week we'll have some sessions on that as well, so that you can understand like how we do development in ServiceNow. Okay, and maybe after that we can have two separate courses, one for admin and one for development. And yeah, so we'll try to help you. We will be doing some job assistance as well in that area, right? So we are figuring out like in India or outside India wherever job opportunities are available in ServiceNow. So soon you will hear about those things. Okay, so this is it for today, I think. So we take
Thanks,
your leave.
Sanjay.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
Kunal, for sharing all the knowledge with the community. I know most
sure.
of the followers and subscribers are from Salesforce ecosystem, but we are trying to give one more option to them. Like if you are not getting any opportunity in Salesforce, so ServiceNow is the another ecosystem for you. So you can try your luck there as well. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Thank you, Kunal. So
All right.
for
Thank
sharing.
you, guys.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you. Bye, everyone.